to this beat.
Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I can continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Every single day, y'all. We made it to Friday. It's October 11th. It's only a few days until we actually have real basketball going on. It's going down in Memphis, Tennessee, home of supposedly some of the best barbecue in the world. Some of the best barbecue in the world. Cat Will loves barbecue. I love barbecue. For the new folks, you are now rocking with the best. Since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I want to thank everyone for taking a bit of time to hang out with your man, Captain Will. Follow me on Twitter at Gamecocks Talk. Follow me on Instagram at Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. Follow me wherever you get your podcasts. Wherever you get your podcasts, you can find Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. Thank you. If you want to become a member, just go to my homepage, click on join, follow the instructions, and you're a member of the family. Today, we're going to talk about a little Memphis. We got a game in 4 days. It's going down. Memphis women's basketball against the three-time national champions. Let's talk about, today seems like a good day to talk about predicting the starting lineup and a little bit more than that. We've discussed that a little bit before. Predicting the starting lineup, but also talking about who will be the key contributors for this team this season. And when I talk about the key contributors, I'm speaking about, I'm having that discussion about, South Carolina top 8 players. And I say the top 8 players last season because those are the top 8 players who got the most minutes. That's what I'm saying. The players that got the most minutes last season, we had 11 people on the roster. Actually started out as 12 tonight, job. Got suspended now, then transferred out and blah, blah, blah. We know the history of what went. Right? So for all intents and purposes, I'm going to talk about 11 players from last season. Of those 11 players, 8 of those players played the bulk of the minutes. Now, we can also talk about Sania Feagin, who also, contributed about 15.9 minutes per basketball game and got played more as the season went on. We can discuss her. But we're just going to talk about 8. We're going to talk about 8. So if we talk about the 8 players who contributed last season, the bulk of the minutes. So the top player who played the most minutes last season was Raven Johnson. Raven Johnson played a little over 1,000 minutes, 1,034 minutes, okay, for the South Carolina Gamecocks. That equated to almost 28 minutes per basketball game. We're going to do a little math today. Today's story time with Captain Will. Today, we're going to learn a little bit. So, South Carolina played basically 3 guard, 2 post players, 2 forwards, however you want to say. That was our offense last season. That was our defense last season. Raven Johnson, te-hina, Bree Hall, Chloe Kitts, Camila Cardoso. Okay, those were our starters for last season. Chloe started 31 out of 37 games, so she's our starter last season. Okay, of those starters, Raven Johnson, like I said, played 1,034 minutes, almost 28 minutes per basketball game. We're going to break down the guards first. So the guards were Raven playing that amount of minutes, Pow playing 1,013 minutes, Breezy Hall playing 968 minutes. That's a nice portion of minutes for the start. So Raven played 24% of the minutes that were distributed for the guards. Just don't take into account with mileage and full mileage. Just don't take into account with Tessa Johnson. We'll talk about them later. But in total, the total guard picture for the starters, Raven played 24% of the guard minutes. Te-hina 23%. Breezy Hall played 22%. A nice distribution of guard activity. Okay? Raven almost 28 minutes. Powell almost 27 minutes. Breezy almost 26 minutes. It's not a lie. If we look at other teams, if we look at other this demanding the ball, this demanding the minutes, it's not a lie. But then when you look at Malaysia Fulwiley, and then you look at Tessa Johnson, who also got some time last season, both sensational freshmen. Malaysia Fulwiley was 13th ranked in the class 2023. Sensational player, played her ranking last season. Tessa Johnson, who was the 25th ranked player in that 2023 recruiting class, outplayed her ranking. Both exceeded where the prognosticators said they should be ranked. Okay? Now, Malaysia Fulwiley played 18 minutes per game. She played a total of 701 minutes in the season last year, which was 15% of the guard rotation. Tessa Johnson played a lot more towards the middle and the end of the season. She finished off with 625 minutes. Ended up being 18 minutes per game. Tessa Johnson played 15% of the guard rotation. My thoughts with the guards for this upcoming season. I predict that Raven's going to start. I predict that te-hina is going to start. And I predict that Bree Hall is going to start. Those are my predictions for this upcoming season, particularly when we play against Memphis. But here's the thing. If you look at holistically of where the overall picture of the guard rotation, offensively and defensively, for South Carolina basketball, the best overall offensively and defensively starting lineup that's returning to South Carolina is Raven Johnson, te-hina, and Malaysia Fulwiley. If you factor in offense and defense, those are the three. You know, and there is a bit of the choir on the outside that's saying that Malaysia Fulwiley should start for South Carolina. I don't believe that she's going to start. I believe that Don Staley is going to start Bree Hall. But there is a probability, there is a possibility that Malaysia Fulwiley ends up getting more minutes than Bree Hall. She's the top returning scorer for this basketball team. Last season, she was the second leading scorer behind Camila Cardoso. And she found her defense midway through the season. If we look at the rotation and we saw that Breezy played 26 minutes last season, and then that Malaysia Fulwiley played 18 minutes last season, overall, you can see Fulwiley adding a couple more minutes on her tally and then boosting her minutes up to possibly 24. Possibly 24 minutes per basketball game. That's a lot, but it's a lot for Gamecocks standing. And then you have Tessa Johnson. Tea time with Tessa. Tournament Tessa was putting it on last season. There's a scenario where Tessa can get a ton of minutes next season. She proved herself. She proved her work. She's going to be better this upcoming season. I predict that. I'm not going to make no bold predictions in regard that Malaysia going to start. I ain't going to say none of that stuff right there. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to make that bold prediction and saying that Tessa going to start. Ain't going to say that whatsoever either. What I will say this right here. Raven Johnson, averaged 28 minutes per game last season. te-hina Paopao, averaged 27 minutes per game last season. Breezy Hall, averaged 26 minutes per game last season. I see a scenario where all three of those players' minutes go maybe 1 or 2 down to provide an opportunity for Fulwiley and Tessa to get more minutes. So if you take off 2 minutes from Raven, you take off 2 minutes from Powell, you take off 2 minutes from Breezy, that's 6 minutes. So you can distribute that accordingly to those 3 players. That's what I believe. All right. Marcus Fulwiley is going to be our leading scorer for this basketball team, either starting or off the bench. Tessa Johnson is going to show up and show out this upcoming season. We have 2 freshmen, now sophomores, who's going to ball out this year. And they will be key contributors to the guard rotation and key contributors for this basketball team. Let's go to the post. And this is where there is some discourse. This is where there are minutes to be had. Because last season, you had a player like Camila Cardoso who played 834 minutes, equated out to 25.3 minutes per basketball game. In terms of the post, those two played a lot of minutes. And when I say those two, I'm talking about Camila Cardoso and Ashton Watkins. And I made a mistake before in regards to minutes distributed, in terms of the total minutes, but y'all keep up with me because there's a lot of math that's going on in my head right now, But Ashton Watkins, she played 781 minutes. She's not there. She won't be there for Memphis. She got a court case on October 25th. I don't know if she's going to be there for the next exhibition game that's going to be in South Carolina. I don't know. But for the purposes of this exercise, we are going to say that Ashton Watkins will not be there for Memphis. Okay? So you got Camila Cardoso, you got Ashton Watkins not there. And Watkins played about 21 minutes per basketball game last season. So 21 minutes from Ashton Watkins and 25 minutes from Camila Cardoso. Who's going to get those minutes? My Marbury County map says it's 46 minutes. That are open for debate. That open to get. Those are minutes. Now somebody's going to grab it. Now, Don Saley already said that Chloe Kitts and Sania Feagin have made the biggest jump this past summer. Well, that's huge for me. Because I thought Chloe was balling last season anyway with 9.6 rebounds. 9.6 rebounds. Shooting, 55% for the field. She's the second best returning defender in the post. And now with Watkins on the sideline, she's the best. Hear me now. Chloe Kitts is the best post defender on this basketball team. Yes. So if she made a jump, and we saw some of the pictures, she put some more muscle on, she's ready to do the damn thing, she's ready to do all things Chloe Kitts can do. But then Sania Feagin, who also made the biggest jump, she's lost some weight. She looks in the best shape of her life. I love that. And speaking of which, who looks in the best shape of their life, we are talking about te-hina Paopao. te-hina Paopao looks phenomenal. She looks the best she's ever looked in a Gamecock uniform. She is ready to tear the NCC up. She is ready to light them up. You're going to see the best version of te-hina Paopao. She's going to do some work this upcoming season. I'm letting you know right now. For anybody who doubted te-hina Paopao, y'all about to get slapped with a piece of Wonder Bread right upside your head. Because te-hina Paopao is going to be extra special. You know how you got the fried chicken and you got the what's the place called, KFC? You got the original and then you got the extra crispy. Yeah, that's gonna be the shit. Extra crispy te-hina Paopao because she's gonna light them up today. She's gonna light them up. So shout out to Pow for being in the best shape. And shout out to Sania Feagin, who got in the best shape of her life going into her senior season. She is ready to do work. So we're going to discuss those minutes that Ashley Watkins lost and Camila Cardoza lost. Those minutes are going to be heavily distributed. You know that word I don't really care for. Never have. Distributed. Never really cared for the word. But those minutes are going to be distributed amongst, in my opinion, 3 post players. Chloe, who will be a returning starter, who played about 18 minutes per game last season. Sania Feagin, who will be a starter, who played about 15 minutes per game last season. And here's the thing. We got a player who ain't being talked about whatsoever in any different podcast, different media stuff. Ain't none of them. Ain't nobody talking about this player. We talking about Miriam Dada. Miriam Dada is a transfer, came over for what? Arkansas, 6'4". Her recruiting cycle back in 2021, she was the 13th ranked recruit in that class. That class had some special people. We talking about Raven Johnson. We talking about Sania Rivers. We talking about Sania Feagin. We talking about Breezy Hall. We talking about some ballers in that class. And she was one of the ballers in that class. So we got a 5-star recruit coming from Arkansas with no fan effect. She can play. She shoots about 33% from the 3. She blocks shots. And the thing about it in Arkansas, she said herself, they ain't really talking about no defense. They ain't really have no defensive principles. And we saw Arkansas play. They didn't give about no damn defense. But here in South Carolina, you got a long 6'4" player who got this year and next year to play for South Carolina. She's going to get those minutes too. And no folks will be saying, well, okay, what about Joyce and what about Adele Tack? They're going to get some minutes. But I'm talking about right now, who I perceive right now. Right? The Donna played basically 3. Well, I can't say 3. I mean, you got Ashlyn, you had Chloe, you got Camilla. Okay. But then you also had Feagin, who got a solid amount of minutes too. So we can actually kind of say that Dada, Feagin, Chloe, and Joyce are going to get a good amount of minutes. Joyce is special. I just have to see it with my own eyes. In college, I don't like to anoint people before they play 1 minute of college ball. I don't like to do that, especially with this basketball team, because everyone on this team was highly ranked. So I gotta see it for myself. But there's a scenario, just like last year, when Full Wiley and Tessa took minutes from the basketball team. Okay, in this scenario, Joyce could do the same thing. Adele Tack, I want her to be right. I want her to have for this season to be incrementally integrated into the team. I don't want a player who's been, had multiple injuries in high school to be thrown up and talking about going to play 22 minutes basketball game. I don't believe that. I don't want that. In our case, we don't need that. We don't need that. She is a boss. She is a baller. She is a player. She is a 5-star recruit who will be sensational for South Carolina. I just don't need that to happen this year. I want her I want them to take the slow roll. Take the slow roll with Adele Tack, and then next season, let the world know who the hell you are. That's what I believe. Sania Feagin will be your starting center. Sania Feagin will be our starting center for this upcoming season. Chloe Kitts will be us starting power forward for this basketball team this upcoming season. If and when Ashley Watkins comes back to this team, we will adjust accordingly. But a post that featured, because I always see some people talking about, you got an inside game because Camila Cardoza is gone, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? That's how I want to say it. And we start, you obviously don't know South Carolina. That's cool. But when you're starting with Chloe with 5-star, Feagin with 5-star, Donna with 5-star, Joyce 5-star, Adele Tag 5-star. I think we set. The top 8, top 9, top 10, top 12, however you want to say, with South Carolina is elite. And we got some basketball going on soon. It's about to be shot o'clock real soon. And after a couple days from now, it's about to be lit for Carolina fans. 9:30 p.m., October 15th. ESPN Plus is going down. This concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like it. Make sure you share. Tell a friend about Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. You're now rocking with the best. Since you're rocking with the best, come out with your man, Captain Will. Let's go.
J-Rock did this